Have you ever wondered why, when you look at newborn photos, most of the time the baby is sleeping? I often get asked from first-time parents or even grandparents if it's possible for us to capture any pictures of the baby awake. And the answer to that question is yes, of course. However, we do prefer for the newborn baby to be asleep during the photo shoot, at least for the most part. And then if baby decides to wake up towards the end, then that's great. Now mom and dad have both a variety of sleeping and awake pictures. But this little guy did not want to go to sleep at all. He was awake for about the first 45 minutes of his photo shoot. After both the parents and I tried to do everything that we could to get him to settle and go to sleep, he just was not ready for sleep. So I just started out with taking some portraits of him wide awake, and as you can see, it's very challenging to work with an awake baby. They don't really stay in the pose once you put them in the pose. Right now he flips that hand out, uncrosses those legs, and at the end I just took what I can get, and that was the final result. Here I am moving on to my next pose, and he is still wide awake at this point. This little guy was actually so calm, and he did stay in this pose, which isn't very common for awake babies. So even though we do prefer babies to be asleep, it is very much possible to still capture them awake, but every baby is different. At this point, I was able to finally get him to go to sleep, and now I'm able to pose his hands the way I want, pose his feet the way I want, and finally capture the image exactly the way I envisioned it. Some poses are very challenging as well, like this one. There's no way that I would have been able to get him to hold his hand on his cheek like that if he was awake. But when he's asleep, magic happens. So there you have it. That is a brief summary of why we prefer newborns to be asleep.